on this episode of Urgent Frequency Television. Whether you call it a sequel or something else altogether, there's no denying its innovative approach to the shooter genre. See how as we take a first look at StarHawk. Then, Tim Cox returns with part 2 of his very special 3-part Infamous 2 trophy hunt, NewbTube. Plus, we'll burn rubber, metal, glass, and just about anything else that gets in our way as we trace the twisted history of David Jaffe's Twisted Metal, including a special Twisted Metal installment of Bullet Points.
Archer 7, this is Viper 1, how copy? Solid, Viper 1, over. Archer 7, interrogative, we are approaching waypoint uniform Foxtrot and Tango. Standing by for Deadeye. ETA until you're down the slide, over. Viper-2 is Oscar Whiskey. We're currently over the top with a cold nose taking on Go Juice. We sure don't want to get bounced while we are AAR, so we'll be turning it over to Dogstar for tactical scan, over. Solid, Archer 7, we are eyes on and standing by for a little boom and zoom. Booyah. Viper 1 out.
Alright, Frequency Freaks, welcome to another episode of Urgent Frequency Television. I'm your host, Jack UK Dellhouse, and as promised in the opening, this episode is chock full of gaming goodness and news that you can use, including a special bullet points which is just minutes away. But first, we kick things off with Sony's StarHawk from LightBox Interactive. And most people would agree that it's perfectly acceptable to call StarHawk the sequel to the ultra-successful Warhawk. But in a recent developer's diary, LightBox Interactive president Dylan Job took the concept one step further by calling StarHawk the spiritual successor to the Warhawk title, saying that the game is built on a fantastic and loved fast-paced recipe with ingredients that fans have come to expect.
StarHawk is built on a fantastic and loved fast-paced recipe. It's got the fantastic multiplayer gameplay that our fans expect, a rich new universe, a solo campaign, and a phenomenally exciting new mechanic in the game called Build and Battle, a system that allows players to build structures dynamically on the fly and make the battlefield play the way they want to play at that time.
At the core of the game is its immersive story and its completely fleshed out protagonist, Emmett Graves. Job wanted the story to be deep enough to entice old and new fans alike to the title, yet shallow enough that the team could manage and execute the story to perfection. And it all starts with Lightbox's take on a space western set in the vast frontier of this completely new universe.
In StarHawk, the universe is in the future, in the distant reaches of the galaxy, a place we call the Frontier, a set of human colonies that have been built up over a number of years, really kind of fueled by what we call the Rush, kind of our gold rush analog for Rift energy. As these rifters, which is our short term for rift miners, were mining Rift energy, they found that it was incredibly potent. But exposure to Rift energy causes them to become infected. The Rift energy permeates their body, their mind, their skeleton, and they end up becoming enraged, hell-bent to protect the Rifts from the Rifters. And that's one of the factions in our game, the Outcast. And they form these roaming war bands that go from corner to corner in the Frontier, all the distant colonies. And really, that's at the heart of the conflict in our game.
While most Warhawk fans will be familiar with many of the multiplayer elements of the game, without question, the feature that just might turn the shooter genre on its head in 2012 is StarHawk's new and completely incredible build and battle system. an innovation which allows players to customize the otherwise stripped down canvas of the StarHawk Frontier. And it's all on the go.
We decided to say, all right, what if the battlefield was just the landscape, a beautifully rendered canvas onto which the player could customize in a fast, violent, brutal way that matches the gameplay that they expected from Warhawk. And that's what Build and Battle is. It's a quick, brutal system to allow the player to build wall structures and bases and bunkers and towers and all of these other units and structures in the game to fit how they want to play, not only in single player, but in multiplayer.
So, whether you consider it a sequel or something a bit more, StarHawk certainly seems to be an all-new third-person shooter experience. And if good things truly come to those who wait, StarHawk should turn out to be, well, bloody good, as it's not scheduled to drop until 2012, and that's exclusively for the PlayStation 3. Be sure to stay tuned to YouFreak TV for more on StarHawk.
Since the dawn of civilization, we've been looking to the stars. Little did we know, someone or something was looking back.
Well, it's time for another installment of everybody's favorite how-to segment on YouFreak TV, NewbTube. This week, our partner in crime, Tim Cox, returns with part 2 of his 3-part Infamous 2 trophy hunt, as he goes in search of the elusive Nothing Can Bring Me Down trophy. Don't blink, it's short and sweet, just like my mum.
The next trophy, Nothing Can Bring Me Down, requires Cole to stay off the ground for 130 meters, so he needs plenty of vertical space for this one. Aim Cole towards the clock tower in the distance and leap towards the unobstructed roadway leading to it. At the height of this jump, press and hold R1 to activate the static thrusters. Continue gliding forward and guide Cole along the road. Be very careful not to collide with any buildings, grind wires, or cars on the way. Stick the landing and add this trophy to your collection.
Well, that's 2 down, 1 to go. Be sure to join us next time as Tim concludes his Infamous 2 trophy hunt right here on NewbTube. And don't forget, like yours truly, everybody was a noob once.
Next time on Urgent Frequency Television, we take to the skies for a game that's all about high attitude at high altitude. We strap into the cockpit of Namco Bandai's Ace Combat Assault Horizon. Then Tim Cox wraps up his very special 3-part Infamous 2 trophy hunt NewbTube. And we top things off with another installment of Bullet Points. It's all next time on Urgent Frequency Television, exclusively on PlayStation Home. Be sure to visit www.urgentfury.com for more information about Urgent Fury or Urgent Frequency Television. Urgent Fury. Win with honor, lose with dignity.
Alright, Frequency Freaks, it's now time for a pop quiz. Relax, it's only one question, and let's face it, it's not even a real pop quiz. But let's pretend for just a moment that it is. Pencils ready? Here's the question. What is the longest running exclusive franchise in PlayStation history? Go on, I'll wait. You've got a few seconds. Okay, pencils down. Let's see just how you did. How many of you said Gran Turismo? Well, if you did say Gran Turismo, you would have been close, but you'd also be absolutely wrong. Silly. Although the franchise in question does feature some of the coolest cars you've ever laid your eyes on. And without question puts you behind the wheel in some of the most death-defying situations you'll ever be in on any driving game at any time on any platform. The thing that sets this game apart from being just another driving game begins with its deep, dark, twisted history. Oh, and a certain clown and his demonic ice cream truck. Hello, we're talking some Twisted Metal here, people! For the first time on the PlayStation 3, David Jaffe and Scott Campbell's Eat, Sleep, Play Inc. unleashes the violent world of Twisted Metal, the franchise that takes road rage and blows it up both figuratively and literally to massive proportions. Twisted Metal has managed to carve out its own unique gaming genre. Well, no other title has Twisted Metal's perfect mix of dark humor, and personality combined with massive destruction in such a distinctive atmosphere with vehicles and weapons that actually act as extensions of each character. Jaffe and Campbell have been careful to include all of that into the first next-gen treatment of the Twisted Metal universe. So how do you make a game such a huge franchise better without changing it? 2 words, murder balls. You what? Anyhow, add to that a storyline worthy of the deep, dark grittiness of Twisted Metal and boom, you're cooking with gas. Oh, and some grenades and some flamethrowers. The story focuses on Calypso, a mysterious ringleader who lords over the contest of vehicle combat known as Twisted Metal. All of your favorites are here, including Mr. Grimm, Dollface, Preacher, and the aforementioned clown, the iconic face of Twisted Metal, Sweet Tooth. All of which play an important role in Twisted Metal's massive multiplayer mode, which we will cover more in a future episode. Right now, however, my crack production staff tells me that our very special installment of Bullet Points is queued up and ready to roll. And while some of you have seen this trailer, I assure you, you've never seen it quite like this.
I had worked so hard, but God destroyed my face. And the doctor, he wanted to stop me too. But no one stops me. When you believe in your dream, there's always a way to the top.
PlayStation.
Well, they say you should always end on a high note, so before anything goes wrong, thanks very much for watching. And don't forget to network with us via Twitter, on Facebook, the official Urgent Fury blog, Urgent Fury Unleashed, and on our blip.tv channel. I'm Jack Dellhouse, and remember, you can't win if you don't play. Get in! Cheers.